and go ahead with it, if there are injuries or death, then they will not be indemnified because they will be engaging in malice of forethought. And there's a very interesting thing about the law. If you decide to go against good science and represent fraudulent science, wait till a jury hears the story. You mean you were told, you were given proof that what you were doing was wrong, that there was no safety, there was actually harm, that people died? What are they going to say? But we believed, well, hold on a second, it doesn't matter what you believe. What did the science show? Didn't you do your homework before you made all the citizens of New York into a human guinea pig? And they won't have any science on their side. None. We will. So that's what I'm doing. It's all based upon good science. And so are you going to be there on Tuesday?
I unfortunately cannot be there, but I have told some of my coworkers, and some of them are going to go. Now, can we get a copy of this on your website?
It will be posted on Tuesday on my website. Yes, the full study with all of the scientific references. And we want this to go viral. We want this to go everywhere in the world. And I might mention, far more doctors and nurses are refusing to be vaccinated with the swine flu because they already have gotten information about how toxic it is. So you're not alone in your concerns.
Thank you so much, Gary. I appreciate what you're doing for us.
So I'll be there, and I can assure you, if I see anybody that has a sign that is inflammatory in a toxic way, that is just there to incite hatred, fear, I will personally tell that person that they do not represent the good deeds, the good notions, the good hearts, and the good intent of all the people who are concerned about stopping mandatory vaccines for the healthcare workers. Because if they get away with doing it mandatory for the healthcare workers, the next step it will be mandatory for the rest of the population, or could be. And in Massachusetts, they actually are passing a bill where they can come into your home and arrest you.
Oh, my.
Oh, yes. Arrest you. That's Massachusetts. Well, fortunately, we're going to be challenging it in New York, and then we will challenge it with another rally in New Jersey, now that we have some legislators on our side. We don't have any legislators on our side yet in New York, but it is my hope that after they see the documentation, hear the stories, that those who have a real concern for the truth will get in alignment, okay?
Thank you very much.
And again, if people want to come up there, Rachel, tell them how they should be contacting their legislators first and foremost and letting them know they're opposed to mandatory vaccines for healthcare workers.
Okay, if people would like to call Governor Patterson's office, please call 518-474-8390. Again, that's 518-474-8390 for Governor Patterson. Or if you want to find out your specific legislator, you can go to www.ny.gov or call 518-455-4100. That's 518-455-4100 for your specific legislator, or you may email Heather Walker at vaccinechoice@gmail.com for more information.
So we also can use a couple volunteers.
That's right.
We need a van because I've got a crew to take up there, plus equipment because I'm going to be filming up there. I can also use about 2 or 3 volunteers because I've got to be in the Capitol with a meeting with the legislators and the governor's aides. He's not there, or he would have met with me. And we spoke to him yesterday at his office. And so I'm going to need people. I'm going to film a lot of people on the street, a lot of healthcare workers, a lot of the nurses, doctors, and others. And we need to round those people up and get them in one place and get, so we can have it organized. Because when you have that many people, if you don't have people helping you just line people up, it doesn't happen.
So we need some gregarious people and some strong people to help with the equipment.
Yeah, well, we got Dio here. He's 6'4", 320 pounds of muscle. He'll lift the equipment. But we can certainly use more people because we want to get in early and get it set up since we start promptly. Our permit's at 10 a.m.
We'll probably leave about 5:30 or 6 a.m. from the office.
Yeah, it's about
here.
3-hour drive from New York. So if you have a van, would like to volunteer and help us out, give a call to Rachel.
Please call 646-307-4466. 646-307-4466.
Good. Now, you came in. What's on your mind?
Gary, thank you. I wanted to share some nice emails that have come in. I know we've been really busy, but these are a few interesting topics that came in. One is, please explain why so many liberals and Democrats support Obama, despite so many of his policies being anti-democratic, and support rather the conservatives or blue dog Democrats.
Let's say for a moment that President Obama is at his heart of a real progressive. He wants to see positive change. Okay? I believe that is the case. But then again, you must take into account the environment that he was educated, Harvard, and the elite groups at Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Stanford, Columbia. At some point, based upon all the people you speak with and live with, you begin to share certain common ideas that you are the gifted ones. You will be able to correct the wrongs, whether you're coming from a neoconservative point of view. I don't condemn neoconservatives. I'm in disagreement with their policies. That's what got us into Iraq. That's what got us into Vietnam. That's what allowed us to go down to Grenada, in Panama and do those stupid excursions. And however, because I believe a lot of them are actually well-intentioned, because they really believe, they're true believers. Well, why are they true believers? Because they're in this cocoon. They don't like to hang out with regular people. They feel they're uneducated. Think of all the times when people get wealthy and successful, they move out of where they were. They want to go to enclaves, Beverly Hills or West Palm Beach or Rhode Island, Newport, to where their type of people. I've succeeded. I'm a multimillionaire. Let me into your club. Look at my outfit. It's a $5,000 special Vera Wang dress. I want to come to your ball. So the men and women who are succeeding frequently isolate themselves from the very people who would allow them to see that they're just human beings. And they shouldn't try to make themselves so special and different. I believe that we have an entire culture, of which Hillary and Bill Clinton are two members, where they isolate themselves from the average person until they got into trouble. Then they'd rush off to a Baptist church and as if, I'm here, forgive us, as if that meant that was redemption. Okay, you sinned, you went off the reservation here and you did this. Now come back to us. But they didn't come back. You never saw any of those people, that Catholic church or that Baptist church or that Protestant church, invited into their, Lincoln bedroom or coming to watch a private screening movie. No, it was always the Tom Hanks, the Steven Spielbergs, the celebrities, the Barbra Streisands. So even though they tell people that they are one of you, they try their hardest not to be. So we have a lot of people in America trying awful hard to show that they're not normal. Well, I got to ask you, what's wrong with normal? I happen to think normal is the right place to be. Normal and happy, normal and spiritual, normal and loving, normal and creative, normal and caring for your family and your friends, normal and being the best you can be. What's wrong with that? Maybe I'm wrong. Do you see something wrong with being normal?
I don't know, Gary. Is that wrong?
There is nothing wrong with being normal, unless you make it a place that you're running from to this unique, elite, exclusive, guarded, protected, secure, powerful place where you are sought. Because you did something to get there, you must be of value in your judgments. So that's where I believe that Obama, in part, has gone wrong. Also understand something. Barack Obama is but one important voice. But understand clearly the President of the United States is not an expert on almost any of the things that he is president over. So what happens is you hire approximately 5,000 to 6,000 so-called experts to man all the bureaucracies. Each one of those people that you bring in are people who feel that they're smart enough to be president. And these people bring their agendas with them, their ideologies with them. And then they bring a whole group of people in to support them. So like the State Department is just an extension of the Clintons' philosophy of how to deal with foreign affairs. Right or wrong, everyone they're hiring is an extension of their beliefs. They're in their camp, as the Bush people brought their people in. So when Barack Obama wants to change course, he can't. Not quickly, not easily, because